So lavender is something I've always wanted to grow, but it's tricky in Tennessee because it needs a really well-drained soil. There's certain types of varieties that have been bred to do better in the moisture here, especially the clay. One is called Phenomenal. Another one just came out, it's called Sensational. But when I saw this in the woods, this is an old cattle trough. The bottom's rusted out. No one had any other use for it. I thought this would be a great planter for lavender. So Hunter and I hauled this out, which was quite a project. It's about 11 feet long. It's really heavy, super rusty. I filled it with aged chicken manure, aged cow manure, topsoil, paver sand. Lavender, like I said, it's a Mediterranean herb and it needs well-drained soil, so the Mediterranean sand adds to the porosity and lets the water get through it easy. I added a little bit of lime to make it more of a basic soil. And one of the great things about lavender, right here is, there's two planters, and right before the deep freeze in December, I went out and I made a lot of cuttings off of the lavender plants I already had, and I dipped them in rooting hormone. And as you can see here, I had very good success with rerooting lavenders, which is amazing cost savings because all of these are basically lavender plants that I cloned from the mother plant. So I'm going to plant these all in here, and the hope is that this just becomes a nice lavender cutting garden. And this is a cool variety I picked up at Bates Nursery up in Nashville. It's called Platinum Blonde, and I had never seen a variegated lavender before, but I thought it was really pretty. And then in the theme of farm junk and planters, we also took this old hog feeder where the bottom was rusted out. So again, that's really good drainage for planters. And right here, I dug up some mint and some river oats that will go in here. And it's perfect because it's big enough to support these bigger perennials. And mint is never something that you want to put in the ground because it'll take over everything and you can't get rid of it. So if you're doing mint in the garden, you need to put in an implanter. So it's a good example of using rusted out junk, saving a bit on plants by reusing perennials you already have. The trough is all planted. We've got a bunch of rosemary starts and different kinds of lavender. There's the Platinum Blonde. I'm going to take cuttings from that soon. But, here we are just about to enter May. My guess is in a month, this is going to look really different, really full. It's actually really, really simple. Here is what I would call the mother plants that we'll take cuttings from, different types of lavender. And then I've got a rooting powder here. And I think I got this at Home Depot, but you can get it on Amazon. So basically all you do is take a little snip like that. I'm going to remove the foliage on the bottom like this. Make sure you get some good powder, and then you simply just stick it in potting soil. Now I need to top this off, but it's just old potting soil that I've had around, nothing special to it. And what will happen is, I think it took me, for the ones I just showed outside, I did those cuttings in December and I just planted them and we're in April. So what is that? Maybe 3 months or so. But you just want to keep the soil moist, not overly wet. I tend to keep it a little on the drier side, but you take your cuttings, dip them in the hormone, put them in here, and then let them be, and you'll know, they'll tell you pretty quickly if they didn't succeed. You'll see that they've kind of started to shrivel, and you just pull those ones out. But otherwise, if they look living still, just let them be. And in a couple months, if you give them a little tug and there's resistance, you know that it's developing roots. So these are gonna run you retail probably $10, and then you just make your own cuttings for free. It takes maybe like a 3-month process, but it's totally worth it.